Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Real Scent Review. I'm your host, Joe. Thank you for tuning in. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And also, please leave a like at the end of the video. And please click the bell for notifications that you can receive whenever I release new material. So today, I was thinking, there's a term that gets thrown around quite a bit in the fragrance community. It's called dumb reach. Now, a dumb reach is used to refer to a fragrance that is so versatile, you don't even have to think about using it. It's just, there's no situation or season in which this fragrance would be inappropriate. So in other words, it's just extremely versatile to the point where you don't even have to think about whether it's going to work or not. You can just reach for it without thinking and spray it on and go and just not have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about any negative feedback from people. You don't have to worry about if it's going to be overpowering or off-putting or offensive to people. Now, while I think there are a lot of fragrances that fit that bill out there, one in particular I wanted to review is, I guess it could be considered a modern classic in male perfumery. It came out in 1999, and I remember the buzz around this fragrance when, maybe not when it first came out, because I was born in 1995, and when I was 4 years old in 1999, I don't remember much, certainly not in terms of media or what was popular, fashion trends. But I do remember in the mid-2000s, in school, walking home from school, I remember at my bus stop, the buses from the high school also stopped on the same street in the same area. And, so all the older teenagers would get off the bus. And I remember smelling this fragrance. It seemed like everybody was wearing it at the time. I do remember how popular it was at a certain point. And when I smelled this again for the first time recently in 2021, it brought back so many memories. And so I felt a sense of nostalgia. I really enjoyed the scent. And so anyway, without any further ado, the scent in question is Herrera 212 Men, NYC. So 212 is the area code for Manhattan in New York City. Carolina Herrera, back when the company released this in 1999, I guess wanted to release a fragrance that encapsulated the scent of what they thought New York City smelled like. So anyway, I'm not sure how fitting the name is, but anyway, I digress. Let's start off with the bottle here. The bottle is, so it has an outer shell made of plastic, but it has an aluminum matte finish. Very nice, very sturdy, very cool. And the best part is the cap is magnetic. It's a very strong bottle. On the inside, there is a glass casing, and I don't know if you can see here, but you can actually look through and see the liquid on the inside of the bottle. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but anyway, the cap is great quality. Magnetic, comes right off. Let's waste an atomization. Very wide distribution, perfect. This doesn't dribble at all. It's a very high quality bottle. Right off the bat, so this is a green scent, and the green fragrance family means that it utilizes a lot of leaves of different plants and herbs. So this one, right off the bat, and something that remains throughout the entire life of this fragrance is the smell of freshly cut grass. This is what you get upon initial spray. It survives through the life of the scent. So it's very fresh, in a clean, almost soapy kind of way. I mean, if you've ever smelled freshly mown grass, especially after it's rained, so you get that sort of moist quality, a moist kind of freshly cut green grass. That's what you get right up top, mixed with definitely some bergamot and lavender leaf. So fresh grass, slight bit of citrus, a little bit of that fresh floral lavender is what you get up top. Now there's some spice. Maybe it's a little bit of, it's nondescript type of spice. I think black pepper is what comes to my mind. It's not overpowering at all. This is not the type of black pepper that's going to make you sneeze upon smelling it. Overall, it's very fresh, very clean, very mellow. This was my scent of the day today. I've been in the dry down for quite a while here, even before I sprayed this spray here that I've just shown you guys. And in the middle part of the life of this fragrance, a ginger note becomes very prominent. So you get the initial freshness, cleanliness, kind of borderline soapiness, slight bit of spice, and then definitely some ginger, and then you get some violet leaf and also some sage. So the violet leaf and sage add this greenness to it, kind of an herbal depth to the fragrance. So the freshness with that leafy green herbal depth, I think it's a really nice combination here. And in the dry down, you get musk, sandalwood, maybe a slight touch of incense, although, you kind of have to search for that incense note in order to find it. It's not overly smoky. It's there, but more so I get the musk and the sandalwoodiness. The sandalwood part adds of course a creamy kind of fresh woodiness to it. It's kind of like a nondescript woody, little bit of creamy, fresh type of scent. It does not lean resinous. It leans fresh, and it mixes very well with musky notes, for example, which is what you get a lot of, like I said, in the dry down, very musky, slightly woody, and a little tiny bit incensey. So, very fresh. It's a very fresh, soapy, musky, green scent. It smells very clean, just clean. I don't know of a better word to describe it. It's clean, it's uplifting. It just makes you feel good smelling it. Now you can definitely tell that this is, a 90s scent. What I mean by that is it's not overly modern. It doesn't use any sort of heavy ambroxan notes. There's no heavy gourmandy sweet notes. It's not, to put it in a better term, it's something that this is unique nowadays. You're not going to smell this very much. This type of DNA that's used in this particular fragrance is not really utilized that much anymore. Not because it's bad or not because it's not appealing, just because, more things have been discovered. Nowadays people they tend to be into the really heavy, punchy, either really fresh, citrusy, blue aquatics, or very, sweet, cloying, sweet, gourmandy, cool weather scents. This is neither of those. This is, like I said, it's unique nowadays. If you wear this, it's very likely that you'll be the only one in the area wearing it. So in that way, it's very unique. And like I said, it's just so versatile. This is my dumb reach scent. I'm going to explain a little bit more about that in a bit. I'm going to get on to performance now. A lot of people complain that this is not as strong as it used to be. Honestly, I don't really have anything to compare it to. This bottle is only a year and a half old. I don't have a bottle from 1999. I think those would be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to find these days. And if you did find them, they would be prohibitively expensive. I don't think it would be worth buying one of those just to be able to compare it to a new bottle. I will say this. I do not have any issues with the performance. The performance for this one on my skin is very good. And like I said, this is a new bottle, relatively new bottle. I think people sometimes, when they first buy a fragrance and they spray it, they could be slightly disappointed in the performance because there's a thing called maceration. You know, when you first purchase a bottle of fragrance and you spray it, it creates space in the bottle that allows the, I guess, oxygen to mix with the liquid, right? It allows the scents to marry together, to mix together over time, and that's something that's a process that takes weeks and sometimes months to happen. So the longer you let a cologne or a perfume sit, you know, preferably in a dark, cool area like a closet, you know, the scent really does come into its own. It becomes stronger over time. So I think if people just, you know, allowed the fragrance to sit for a while, and they came back to it a couple of months later, for example, they would find that the performance has increased greatly. I remember when I first bought this, you know, the performance was not bad, but it was nothing to write home about. It was nothing over the top great either. However, leaving this in my closet for 8 months, you know, touching it, using it semi-frequently, once or twice a month, but after that, you know, 6, 7, 8 month period, I noticed a stark difference in the performance. It had increased exponentially, and that's because of maceration. So at this point, great performance on my skin. I'm going to say it projects moderately for the first hour and a half, after which it starts to die down. The total longevity on my skin, I guess, is 7 hours. So, you know, it's not an insanely long-lasting scent. But then again, it's a very fresh, clean scent. There's nothing heavy about this. So the fact that it doesn't last, the fact that it doesn't have beast mode longevity is not surprising. It does what it's supposed to. It's a relatively light scent. You know, the ingredients are like I said, not heavy at all. Sillage. The sillage is maybe slightly below average, but like I said, the projection is good for the first hour and a half. Longevity is good. You know, if you reapply this once or twice throughout the day, you're going to be great for the whole day. Which leads me to, you know, who could wear this? When could they wear this? Any man could wear this, any age, any occasion, any time of year. It's a perfect dumb reach fragrance. You know, it's something you don't even have to think about. You could throw this on going to the gym. You could throw this on before going to an interview. You could throw this on, you know, before you go visit your grandmother. You could throw this on before a date. There's no situation in which this does not work. This is a jack of all trades scent. Just because it's so clean. It's so clean. It has enough depth, but it has enough freshness at the same time. To really make it suitable for any occasion, any season, just, you know, any age. You know, I'm sure there's even a few women out there who would enjoy wearing this, and I'm sure it would smell great on them as well. So yeah, and the other thing too is the price. 100 milliliter bottle I got for about $55 Canadian. The price is, you know, the price value proposition for this is through the roof. Very, very good. So. You know, there's not really anything bad I can say about this fragrance. It's a blast from the past. It's a modern classic. It's still for sale for a reason. You know, people like this. It's you know, at one point it was a very popular scent, and people still enjoy it. You know, Carolina Herrera continues to put this out and sell it. People continue to buy it because it's a great scent, and it can be worn, like I said, anywhere, anytime. So guys, that's my review of Carolina Herrera 212 NYC Men. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you next time.